Here we go. Emotions are the baseline from which we operate, and humans are emotional beings. Our emotions have everything to do with how we maneuver through our lives. Emotions guide our inner experience, our attitude, our perceptions, and how we interpret our world. And humans are social animals. I mean, look at us here today. We are gathered to learn from each other, and we thrive on that. And why do we thrive on learning and hearing each other's stories? Because it elicits emotions in us, and that's how we connect with each other and bond with each other. And through our emotions is also how we treat each other. And it takes intentionality and mindfulness to process our emotions. It takes full consciousness and awareness to see how our emotions affect us as we go through our lives and how we also interact with each other. And emotions influence our relationships greatly, as you, I'm sure, already know. And Gayla will talk more about that. And emotions influence our identity and who we are and how we've grown up. And Marianne is going to touch on that as well. If we are stuck in pain and unresolved and unprocessed emotions, then we aren't progressing in our lives. If I, for example, had stayed stuck in my grief after losing my husband, my house, my money, my lifestyle, all the things that I lost simultaneously when my husband died, my life would be completely different right now. I certainly wouldn't be an emotional health coach, and I certainly wouldn't be here today imparting my wisdom and my joy for life with the rest of you. That is why I advocate for embracing and processing your emotions, getting unstuck to move forward in your life. And I challenge each one of you to think about that. Are you connected to your emotions? Or are you running from your emotions? And running can include, addictions. Are you drinking too much? Are you exercising too much? Are you just not dealing with what you need to deal with to progress in your life? Because when you embrace your emotions, you can embrace the emotions of others. You can bond with others in that way. And you can get unstuck, you can move forward in your life, and you can experience your life absolutely to the fullest, and yourself as well. That's what I wanted to say about emotions. Marianne, how can you add to that? Let's hear your perspective.
I agree with everything that you say. I think when we talk about emotions, I think we have to take in consideration of how we grew up, where we come from. Because sometimes some people grow up in families where there's lots of love and you have all the affections that you need. And sometimes you grow up in families where you don't have it. And then that follows you. So that, as you grow up, growing and experiencing things, that's going to follow you. So it's important to know where you come from and how you dealt with things when you were growing up, because I think that will give you that will give you the understanding of why you're doing things or why you're saying the things that you do. If you didn't grow up with, hugging and having somebody telling you that, oh, I love you, you're so sweet, then you're not going to know what that's all about. And then so you're going to grow up and you might be the same way. You might be a little standoffish or maybe, cold or opposite. And I think if we know where our emotions come from, why we are the way we are, I think we can have better relationships. I mean, what do you think, Gayla?
Well, I absolutely agree with that. And I love what you're saying about that, about knowing who you are, and what Vivian said about being stuck. And what I see a lot of the time in working with women who are just really frustrated, and they've been stuck in this limbo land, and they really want a love relationship, and they think they should know how to do it, which I just want to tell you, nobody really taught us that stuff. I mean, I certainly didn't learn anything from my ancestors about that, because I don't think they really knew how it worked either. And so it's okay. It's really okay to feel like you're stuck.